Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Akakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule world that taught us this truth. And much love, greetings, and salutations to the house of David, the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And I'm just want to reply to a few things that this same woman who put that video up of those massive fleets of chariots, that brothers did response videos to the other day, including myself. Basically, they were discussing, the different so-called UFOs that are appearing in the clouds, and they were talking about how they seem to either create their own clouds or they come in a form of clouds, which that's definitely in the scriptures. Okay, and I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to because I saw this in the subscription feed. The title, there are some really big ships in our skies, and sometimes the so-called UFOs will disguise themselves in the clouds, and they can be very, very huge. They can cover over a whole city, and that lets you know that on the day of the Lord, that's how you know that the sky is going to be darkened, because of the massive amount of ships that's going to cover the sky, and you're going to have the big Father ship, which that's going to be the cloud that Yahweh Shai comes upon. And the scriptures talk about that. Let me see if I could find it. Because it says that we're going to be caught up into a cloud. So that means that it's going to be one big cloud that the elect are going to be on. Let me see if I can get that in Revelation real quick. Yeah, this is Revelation 11, and I'll start at verse 11. It says, "And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." Why did it say a cloud and not clouds? Because the Lord's going to be beaming up 144,000 and 1/3 of Israel. But that should let you know how massive, how huge this particular ship is going to be. So that's why when you go to 2nd Esdras, real fast, this is the reason why Ezra described the vehicle that Yahweh Shai appeared upon as a mountain, because of how huge this particular chariot was. This is our 2nd Esdras 13 and 1. It says, "And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven." So it's going to be numerous amount of chariots. We bring that out all the time. It's Psalms was at 68:17, that the angels of the Lord are 20,000, even thousands of angels. So they're going to be pretty deep, man. All right. It says, "And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they all burned that heard his voice." So that's how you know that the Lord is coming back to do massive killing. He's going to bring forth a sword slaughter, man, from those ships. It says, "Like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea." And that's talking about the war that's going to be in heaven. Revelation 12:7. It says, "And I behold, and lo, he hath graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it." Okay? So he basically described this chariot like a great mountain. So it was massive. It was huge. All right? It probably was so big it can cover up damn near a continent, man. All right? So that's the cloud that the elect are going to be ascended up into. All right? And the cloud is just That's just a spiritualic, way of saying basically a so-called UFO, which, the so-called white man, because it's slipping with the tongue, but basically it's unidentified to him, but it's identified to us. All right. So let me play this so you can hear her basically talk about the clouds.
I think these ships do have the capability of producing their own clouds. Yeah. Well, nobody's going to say nothing. So I'm just going to continue with this next post. Someone said that this is a cleanup ship right here. This is an actual smooth-looking slandering people, and stop promoting yourself on this channel. Let me see this. Okay, so anyhow, this right here is the inverted view of that ship right here. You can clearly see that this is a ship. You can see like the little nodule-like thing on the top. You can see an opening right here. It looks like there is an opening right here for something to come in and out, but I don't know for sure. I'm going to tell you what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. It kind of looks like my mouse pad, my little mouse right here. My little mouse, that's the kind of what it looks like. Could you imagine a ship that looks like that? Well, they are up there in the sky. Excuse me. They are up there in the sky.
Yeah, so as you can see, what she's been capturing are clouds, but there's chariots that are disguised as clouds. All she had to do was, play them inverted, and you can actually see what's there. All right. So what do the scriptures say about that? Are the Lord's chariots, could they be like the clouds? Could they appear like clouds? Absolutely. Let's get us Psalms 104 and 3. And it says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh the angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire, which the angels are the ones who operate those chariots, those clouds. Okay, so they can very well appear in the clouds. Sometimes you'll have you look up and you see a cloud in a so-called UFO shape or form. Sometimes it could just be a cloud, but there's also times when that can literally be a chariot just sitting there, disguised as an actual cloud. And people don't pay attention to stuff like that. But those are signs meant for us. All right? Because it says that, and Luke was at 21. Let's get Luke 21. All right, it says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And this is talking about the day of the Lord. All right, as a matter of fact, let me jump up. It's Luke 21 and 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon. And I believe there was, they had what you call a strawberry moon the other night. All right, and it was seen, I believe, in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so, the scriptures say that the sun, it's like the moon will be turned into blood before that date. And we always get those signs in the moon, those blood moons. All right, that's part of the signs. It says, and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations. That's why you're seeing all these uproars of the people, all right, all over the planet. It says, with perplexity, the sea and waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear. And on the day of the Lord, people, they're going to be having heart attacks because of the fear. You had this devil Trump. They actually they asked him, what did he think about those Navy reports about those daily UFO sightings? And he basically lied because he's still part of the cover-up. he basically said that he's been hearing those reports, but he doesn't believe it. You know? But yet, this devil is creating a space force where he wants to put, forces out there in outer space. Why would he want to do that if he doesn't know that there's activity going on out there? He knows exactly what's going on. All right, and he's going to be one of those men who's going to tremble. He's going to hear that report. All right, and he's going to see them clouds hover over his ass, and he's gonna be in fear. All right, it says, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right, and let's go to Jeremiah real quick. Jeremiah 40 and 49 and 21. And this is how Esau's world is going to end. That's why he's so terrified when it comes to those so-called UFOs, man. They trying to wonder, are they here because they're friendly and they just trying to, maneuver through the planet, or are they here for another purpose? Well, we've been telling you what they here for. Okay? They're watching. They got their eyes upon the sinful kingdom, man. They're ready to destroy you, devils, but the Most High is holding them back. All right, they got to come down here and watch over the elect, to protect the elect. They got to carry out, certain things on the planet. They got to, bring forth these natural disasters that you see occurring. That's them that's, causing these earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes, so on and so forth, man. They also preparing the way of the kings of the east for this battle of Armageddon. There's many different things that they're doing. All right, but on this particular day, that's when, you're going to have the missiles flying. But ultimately, the Lord is going to show up with the angels, and they're going to basically destroy all those armies over there. Okay? And this is going to be the end of Esau's world. This is how Esau's world is going to pass away. This is Jeremiah 49, and I'll start at 20. It says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, which is the biblical nationality of you so-called Caucasians. It says, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, and that's Zionist Israel. And that's why Trump is, recently just sent an extra 1,000 troops over there to that region of the earth. Is he sending those extra troops over there to diffuse and bring peace over there? Nah. They ready to go to war, man. All right? So it's going to result in, it's going to be a ground battle. It's going to be war. And they're going to utilize, their military power. It's going to lead to them shooting off those arrows. All right? We already know what the prophecies say concerning that, right? It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And who is that talking about? That's talking about the Lord. Okay? The Lord's going to come over Edom, and he's going to basically destroy him. Who is this that coming from let me get that. All right, so those chariots are just an indicator that you devils is getting ready to get obliterated, all right, annihilated. Let's get Isaiah 63.
All praises to the Most High.
You can also read about this in Revelation 17, Revelation 19. Okay, how the Lord's going to come in that cloud, man, and he's going to wage war. Isaiah 63 and 1, it says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. And I think it's like I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Showing you that this is talking about Yahweh Shai. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Okay? So when the Lord shows up in these clouds, he's going to destroy and save all at once. He's going to save the elect of Israel, and he's going to destroy the Edomites. All right? So going back, that's why it says right here, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra, and in that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. Because they're going to be what? Their hearts are going to be daunted with fear that they're getting destroyed by these same vehicles that they've been investigating, that they've been trying to figure out. Why is these things able to fly through the sun, in and out of the sun, fly through portals from one dimension to another? We don't have technology like that. We can't fight that. But guess what? The Lord's going to make them fight anyway. Okay? It tells you that back in 2nd Ezra 13, that they would tremble, but there's fight, because the Lord's going to make them fight. All right? His NATO troops, his Air Force. Okay? So going back, it says, men's hearts failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Right? The earth is going to be moved. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And he's going to come back and save the elect of Israel. All right? So yes, they can definitely disguise themselves in those clouds. Okay? Let's go to Revelation 1 verse 7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. All right? So every eye is going to catch the Lord and the angels in the sky on that day. Nobody's going to miss it. All right? So, hey, and going back to when we was in Egypt, it tells you how, the Lord was as a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. When you see him at nighttime, they look like, little bright fireballs hovering up in the sky. They're very bright. They can light up. And then in the daytime, they can just appear like clouds, as you saw here that in this video that this woman was showing. Okay. So, there's many more scriptures I can pull, showing you that they also are known as the clouds. So when you look in the scriptures and you look at how the Lord's going to come in the clouds, or it talks about the clouds, a lot of the times it's talking about an actual chariot. Okay. And that's what's coming. That's going to be the vehicles of our salvation. All right. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I just want to respond to that. You brothers can subscribe to this channel. She really covers, a lot of these sightings, man. All right. So anyway, I'm going to leave it with that. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Till next time, Shalom.
And brothers and sisters, the name of her channel is, her name is Gina Maria. And I will share her video in the description box. So, Kwam Yasharala and the Baba Shalom.